So, WooCommerce 9.9 will deliver massive admin performance gains. Is that true? Well, what I want to do in this video is actually give you an understanding on how you can test whether there is a gain or not. Because the post that we're looking at, which by the way you find in the video notes, doesn't really explain how you can measure this. Well, before then, I want to go through this article, which is on the developer blog website. And they had a website with 1.2 million orders, 15,000 products, HPOS enabled. They compared 9.7 against 9.9. And this screenshot here basically tells you all the gains based on the action or the page that they're looking at in the WordPress backend. So view all orders, filter by customer, filter by month, view completed orders, so a single status, search orders, add order page, create a new order, open an existing order, and updating an existing order status. So we will be doing these experiments ourselves. So back to the article. It's nice and interesting actually to go through all these commits here just to understand what kind of work they actually did on the WordPress admin to give you more efficient queries and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna open again this screenshot, and also I'm going to tell you what kind of test websites I've set up. So I have one plugin, which is my development website, which runs on WooCommerce 9.8.5. So this is basically the previous version. Also, I have the WooCommerce beta tester, which allows it to roll back to previous versions or upgrade to new versions, including the ones that are experimental and not stable. Also, in order to basically quantify and measure the page speed, you can see this little red kind of screen in here with some times, 1.29, 26 megabytes, 13 seconds, and 149 queries. You need to install the amazing free plugin by John Blackburn called Query Monitor. Once you have these two things enabled, so Query Monitor, WooCommerce, and WooCommerce Beta Tester, you're good to go and test. This website has got a few thousand orders, so yeah, 38,944 orders, and in regard to products, it's got 10,000 products, and in regard to users, it's got a few thousand as well. My second website is a free InstaWP website, which is a temporary website, and in this one, and install the same three plugins: Query Monitor, WooCommerce, this time I'm on version 9.7.1, and the beta tester. Also, how many orders do we have? I think, yeah, we only have one. How many products do we have? No products whatsoever. And how many users do we have? Probably just me. So it's basically starter website, and I want to see if there is any gain in regard to performance, even if you have no orders or no users or no products. So let's start with the other website, the one with 10,000 products and almost 40,000 orders. So I want to, first of all, measure how long it takes to load the WooCommerce orders page. So I'm gonna click on it, and Query Monitor will tell me that it took me 1.21 seconds to load this page. So I'm going to take a screenshot just in case, and I'm going to capture this, go to a Google Doc, and I'm going to paste my results in here. So I've just pasted my image. So I have the name of the website, I have 38,944 orders, and up there I have 1.21 seconds. Also, I want to filter orders by customer. So what if I put here Rodolfo and I search orders? This will be loading now, and it will take me 189 seconds. So I'm gonna take another screenshot and capture this, go to my Google Doc, go to the next line and paste the search results for Rodolfo with 1.89 seconds. Remember, this is a website with HPOS enabled, of course. Also, I want to, for example, view the completed orders. So I'm just gonna go onto orders and click onto the completed link up here in the nav bar, wait until it loads, and take the screenshot with 1.20 seconds from query monitor. So I'm just gonna go to the next line and paste these. Also, I want to maybe create a new order, right? So I'm just going to add order here, click on this button and see how long it takes. That's quite fast. Yeah, 1.07 seconds. So taking a screenshot to here, capture and paste onto my Google Doc. Finally, I want to actually create a new order. So I'm going to add some random address in here, state, county, Alaska, don't care about email address. I'm going to add an item here, so say search for a product that contains the string and, okay, this one, quantity 2, add it, recalculate, and I'm going to set it to on hold, and I'm going to create the order. Let's see how long it takes to create a new order. 1.06 seconds. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this and paste it onto my Google Doc. So I'm done with this, say, old version on this website. Now I can go and update WooCommerce. So I'm just going on to plugins and I'm just going to update now from here. And should be taking a while, but that's it. That's done. Updated. Okay. So first thing I want to do is going back to the orders page. So I'm going to click on orders here and see and take a screenshot of how long it takes. So this is loading, 38,000 orders. It seems longer, so I'm going to take a stamp. 2.20 seconds. So if I go here and I compare, yeah, it was 1.21. So I'm going to add notes here. So after updating to 9.9.3, I've loaded this one. Out of curiosity, because there's a lot of caching involved, I want to go to another page and go back to the orders page. So the second time I load the WooCommerce orders, it'll take me 2.39. So I'm going to take a stamp again, and this pretty much compares to what we had earlier, which was 1.21. So after accessing for the second time. Okay, now I want to do the other tests, which were in the same order: the search results, the custom order status, add new order, and place new order. So I'm gonna go to orders. I'm going to search for Rodolfo. Let's see how it goes this time. So it's loading. To me, it looks kind of slow. It took 2.47, so I'm going to stamp this, capture, and put it in here. Now I'm going to select a status, so the completed one. Let's see how long it takes. I'm quite fast. I'm going to stamp it 138. How does it compare to earlier? More or less the same. It was 120, it's 138 now. So that's not a lot of gain. Finally, create new order. So I'm gonna go here, add a new order. Let's see how long it takes for this page. 0.86. I'm going to capture 0.86. So earlier it was 1.07. I'm going to paste, and now I'm going to create an order. So let's say status processing, first name, last name, whatever. Okay, I'm going to add a product with and to quantity. There you go. And I'm going to recalculate, and that's it. So I'm going to create this order from the admin and see how long it takes to 0.85. So I'm gonna go on to here and paste 0.85, and earlier on it was 1.06. So there's definitely a gain in regard to adding orders. There is no gain, and probably made it worse to load the orders page instead of do searches or select a completed status. So yes and no in my case, but I have 40,000 orders, so they tested it, of course, with 1,000,000 orders. So there might be huge gains in that case. In my case, there is basically no improvement whatsoever, except for the order creation phase. Now I want to go to the other website. So the new website on 9.7.1 with no orders, no products, no users. All right. So where is that website? Is right here. I'm gonna load the WooCommerce orders page. There is only one order and it takes 0.78 seconds. So I'm just going to capture these and paste right below. No point in doing a search because there's nothing to search in this case. What I can do is clicking on the pending payment status. See how it goes, how long it takes, and capture and paste. And then what I want to do, the important bit, is creating new order. So I'm going to add order and measure, which is 92, and paste it. And finally, I'm going to place a new order. So where am I? Here. I'm going to first name, last name, blah, 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 United States. And let's do it on hold. And I have no products, so I'm just going to add an item, which is a fee of 98. Recalculate and create. And let's see how long it takes to process this information. Remember, we are on WooCommerce 9.7.1. So I'm going to stop this. It took 0.76 seconds. Great. Now as I update to 9.9.3 and do the same exact tests. So I am in here. Just gonna go onto plugins and I'm gonna go onto updating WooCommerce to 9.9.3 and see how it goes in regard to the same things that we measured so far. This was basically just a video to show you what you should be looking at and how you could be, assessing the actual outcomes of this update. So it's now 9.9.3. I'm gonna go onto WooCommerce orders and see if it's any faster. 81 seconds. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of this and paste. Let's remember what it was earlier. It was 78. So basically it doesn't change anything whatsoever. So I'm gonna go now to select one of the statuses. Let's do pending and see how long it takes. 0.81 again. And I'm gonna paste it here. And finally, what else did I do earlier? So this is the status. Oh, add new order. So I'm just gonna go here, add an order, and this took 0.84, which is more or less in line with what we had earlier. I think, yeah, 0.92. Still, there's a gain there. And finally, the creation of a new order. So I'm just gonna enter some billing address. I'm just gonna add a fee because I have no product and recalculate the totals, and then I'm gonna place the order as on hold. Create, no thanks, and let's see how long it takes to create this. 0.77, capture and paste. Alright, so it's 0.77 against 76. So the outcome is this: empty stores on HPOS, no gain. So the real gain, even according to this screenshot from WooCommerce, is whenever you have hundreds of thousands of orders, maybe millions, right? They tested it with 1.2 million. The gain is between 9.7 and 9.9. I don't know why they didn't test it against 9.8. I wonder if that included some performance commits already. I'm not 100% sure. So you might want to check that out yourself. And second, the biggest gains are in listing the orders, filtering the orders, and viewing completed orders according to this. But then what really stands out is whenever you go and add a new order or create a new order, open an existing order, or update one. As you can see here, more or less, it seems like it's down to 20-25%, even lower of what it was beforehand. In here we're about 50% gain, and on the search there is not much gain. What we've noticed on my dev store with 40,000 orders, is basically the listing of the orders went slower for some reason. Here was one for the all orders page, one for the search result, and 120 for the completed. And after updating, it was 220, 139, 247. So random, to be honest. It could depend on many things. I have many plugins, I have a lot of custom work, but it doesn't seem like the gain on the listing of the orders is as noticed in the screenshot for 1.2 million websites. What it's reasonably improved, it's the adding the new order, creating the new order, for sure. So if you go to my series of screenshots, adding a new order takes 1.07, and publishing, creating a new order takes 1.06. After updating, we can see that it takes 0.86 and 0.85. So that's a good, almost 20% improvement in regard to creating orders. On a website with no orders, no products, and no users, adding a new order was 0 and publishing was 0.76. And whenever you go and update, it was 0.84 and 0.77. So the changes are not noticeable if you don't have a lot of orders. So what I'm curious about, and knowing how it went in your case, if you use Query Monitor for testing the page load speed or some other tool, and how your websites, whether they're test websites or live websites or staging websites, went, because I want to see whether we can analyze different case studies. So overall, it seems like a great move in the right direction, but maybe this change was just for huge stores with millions of orders and thousands of products and thousands of customers, and doesn't apply to the majority of small businesses.